On August 26, 2025, as the sun dipped below the horizon, Phoenix, Arizona was winding down for the evening, families finishing dinner, commuters heading home, and the city's familiar hum settling into a gentle quiet. But then, the sky darkened with something extraordinary, something that would soon command the attention of everyone in the Valley of the Sun. A massive wall of dust, known as a haboob, surged across the horizon with astonishing speed, swallowing mountains, suburbs, and city lights in a matter of minutes, transforming the landscape into something almost unrecognizable. The sun vanished behind a churning brown ceiling. Daylight was replaced by a strange sepia twilight that cast an eerie glow over the city. The air turned gritty, thick with dust, and an eerie silence fell, broken only by the distant rumble of the approaching storm. Then, with a sudden, violent gust, the storm hit, like a tidal wave of sand and wind crashing into the city. Windows rattled, visibility dropped to near zero, and the city was plunged into a premature twilight. Residents watched in awe, some frozen in place, others scrambling for shelter, capturing the spectacle on their phones as the world outside became a blur of swirling dust and debris, the familiar cityscape erased in seconds. For those unprepared, awe quickly turned to alarm as the true power of the storm became impossible to ignore. The force of the wind sent debris tumbling down streets, and the storm's intensity became clear to all. The haboob didn't just arrive, it overwhelmed, swallowing entire neighborhoods and landmarks in its relentless advance, making everything in its path seem insignificant, dwarfed by the sheer scale of nature's fury. Social media exploded with images and videos of the event as people shared their shock and disbelief with the world, but for Phoenix, this was no movie. It was a powerful, real-life reminder of nature's untamed force, unfolding right outside their windows. For the next hour, the city was held captive by the immense cloud, unable to do anything but wait and watch as the storm raged on. The familiar was replaced by the roar of wind and the sting of sand. Streets emptied, lights flickered, and the city seemed to hold its breath. Inside, residents braced themselves, hoping their homes would withstand the storm's fury, waiting for the chaos to pass. The haboob's impact was immediate and unforgettable, a force of nature that left the city changed, if only for a night. It was both a spectacle and a warning, a reminder of the desert's unpredictable power. As quickly as it arrived, the dust would eventually settle, revealing a city coated in a fine layer of sand and silence. But the memory of that wall of dust and the awe it inspired would linger long after the skies cleared. In the Valley of the Sun, nature had made its presence known in a way no one would soon forget. And for everyone who witnessed it, the evening became a story to tell, a moment when the ordinary was swept away by the extraordinary power of the desert. You might be wondering, what exactly is a haboob? The word comes from Arabic meaning to blow, and describes a massive, fast-moving wall of dust. Unlike ordinary dust storms, a haboob is a towering, solid front, sometimes a mile high and 100 miles wide, driven by powerful winds from collapsing thunderstorms. It's not just a cloud of dust, it's a moving mountain, dense enough to block out the sun and turn day into night in minutes. Haboobs are born from the outflow of cold, dense air beneath thunderstorms, which scoops up loose desert soil and propels it forward. The result? A dramatic rolling wall that transforms the landscape and demands respect. These storms are unique to arid regions with the right mix of thunderstorms and dry soil. Understanding haboobs helps us appreciate and prepare for their power. To truly understand a haboob, we need to start with a powerful thunderstorm collapsing over the vast, sun-baked desert. These storms are common in Arizona's monsoon season, when hot, dry air meets cooler, moist air, creating dramatic weather events. As rain and hail pour down from the storm, they drag cold air with them toward the ground. In the desert's intense heat, much of this rain evaporates before it ever touches the earth, a phenomenon called virga. This evaporation cools the air even more, making it denser and heavier. This supercooled air plunges downward in a powerful downdraft, slamming into the desert floor with incredible force. When it hits, it spreads out rapidly in all directions, forming what's known as a gust front, a fast-moving surge of wind. In Arizona's dry, sandy landscape, this gust front acts like a massive plow, scooping up huge amounts of loose sand and dust from the surface. The wind strength determines just how much debris is lifted into the air. The leading edge of this outflow becomes a towering wall of dust, sometimes stretching thousands of feet into the sky. It races across the land at highway speeds, turning day into night in a matter of minutes. Behind this wall, a thick, choking haze lingers, reducing visibility and sometimes lasting for hours after the main storm has passed. The air becomes heavy with fine particles, making breathing difficult and coating everything in dust. The haboob structure is surprisingly stable, allowing it to travel for miles across the open desert. It's fueled by the storm's powerful outflow winds and the seemingly endless supply of loose desert dust. Eventually, as the gust front loses strength and the parent storm moves away, the haboob begins to weaken. The dust settles slowly, and the sky gradually clears. What's left behind is a city blanketed in a fine layer of dust, a dramatic reminder of the desert's power and unpredictability. Streets, cars, and buildings are all coated, and cleanup can take days. That's the anatomy of a haboob: a thunderstorm, a powerful downdraft, a gust front, and a massive wall of dust, all coming together to create one of nature's most awe-inspiring spectacles. Haboobs aren't unique to Arizona. They're a global phenomenon in arid regions. The Sahara Desert is the birthplace of the term, with Sudan, Chad, and Egypt experiencing some of the world's most intense dust storms. The Arabian Peninsula, Central Asia, and even Australia's outback see regular haboobs, each shaped by local climate and geography. In the U.S., Arizona's Sonoran Desert is haboob central, thanks to the North American monsoon. Summer thunderstorms, fueled by moisture from the Gulf of California, create the perfect setup: strong downdrafts, dry soil, and open valleys. These ingredients make central Arizona a hotspot, with dust storms sweeping from Tucson through Phoenix every summer. For locals, haboobs are a dramatic but expected part of life. Around the world, wherever desert meets thunderstorm, these giants can appear. The haboob of August 26, 2025, was a textbook storm on a massive scale. It began with powerful thunderstorms south of Phoenix, unleashing microbursts that sent a wall of dust racing north. By late afternoon, the storm reached the city's southern edge, darkening the sky and stunning residents. The haboob swept through Chandler, Tempe, Mesa, and downtown Phoenix, turning highways hazardous and halting air traffic. The city was plunged into an eerie twilight, the sun blotted out by dust. After an hour, the storm moved north, losing strength as it left the valley. In its wake, a city coated in dust, and a population buzzing with stories of the spectacle. The 2025 haboob was unforgettable, both for its scale and its impact. What set the 2025 haboob apart from the countless dust storms that sweep across Arizona every year? Experts point to two things: its sheer unprecedented size and the fact that it struck Phoenix head-on, leaving no part of the city untouched. Meteorologist Mark O'Malley described it as significantly larger than average, a towering cinematic wall of dust that seemed to swallow the horizon and captured the world's attention. Most haboobs lose their strength over the open desert, but this one barreled straight through a major city during the busiest time of day, rush hour, catching thousands off guard. Millions experienced it firsthand. Office workers pressed against windows, commuters stranded on highways, and families watching in awe from their homes as the sky turned brown. The timing was perfect for viral photos and videos, a dramatic, almost surreal contrast between the golden setting sun and the oncoming wall of dust, making the event even more unforgettable. The result? Widespread media coverage, public fascination, and a shared sense of awe as people documented and shared their experiences in real time. This wasn't just a weather event. It was a collective experience that brought neighbors and strangers together, united by the spectacle unfolding before them. The 2025 haboob became a symbol of nature's raw power, a reminder that even in a sprawling, modern city, the desert's forces can still take center stage and command respect. Its legacy? A city united by a single, unforgettable moment, neighbors helping each other clean up, and stories shared for years to come. For many, it was the first time they truly understood what a haboob could do, and how quickly life can change when nature takes over. The images and memories of that day are etched into Phoenix's history, and it won't soon be forgotten. When the haboob passed, Phoenix was left blanketed in fine brown dust, on cars, homes, streets, and pools. Cleanup began immediately. Car washes overflowed, and the hum of leaf blowers filled the air. But the aftermath was more than cosmetic. High winds snapped branches, toppled weak structures, and knocked out power for thousands. Dust infiltrated transformers, causing outages on a sweltering summer night. Air quality plummeted, with fine particles lingering for hours, dangerous for anyone with respiratory issues. Health officials urged people to stay indoors until the dust settled. Roads became slick, airports paused operations, and street sweepers worked overtime. The storm's ripple effects were felt for days, a reminder that haboobs are more than just a spectacle. They disrupt daily life, demand cleanup, and test a city's resilience. In the desert, the dust always leaves its mark. When a haboob approaches, safety comes first. Get indoors, close windows and doors, and set your AC to recirculate. If you're outside, seek sturdy shelter or, if necessary, use a cloth to cover your nose and mouth. Never try to outrun a haboob in your car. Visibility can drop to 0 in seconds. Pull over safely, turn off your engine and lights, and stay buckled up until the storm passes. Don't leave your vehicle. You're safer inside. Most haboobs pass quickly, but patience is key. Afterward, wait for the dust to settle before resuming normal activities. Simple steps, indoors, airway protection, safe driving, can save lives. Respect the storm, and you'll weather it safely. In the desert, preparation is everything. The 2025 haboob was more than a spectacle. It was a lesson in nature's power. These storms shape deserts, transport nutrients, and remind us of our place in the world. Understanding haboobs turns fear into respect and preparedness. The safety tips are simple. Get inside, pull over, wait it out. Even in a modern city, we're at the mercy of the elements. Haboobs connect us to the wild beauty of the desert and the forces that shape our planet. By learning about them, we protect ourselves and deepen our awe for the world around us. In the end, respect for these desert giants is the best defense.